Hello, my name is Ken Burke, and I'm your elected Clerk of the Circuit Court and Comptroller for Pinellas County. We have created a series of videos to assist you with completing the forms or packets that you will submit to either initiate your case or address issues that have arisen in a pending case. To ensure that your documents are processed quickly and efficiently, it is important that the documents are completed fully and properly. This short video will take you through the forms or packets as well as answer some of the most frequently asked questions. At any time, please feel free to pause the video and take a moment to fill out the applicable section. Once you have completed the form or packet, please refer to our website or contact our office for instructions on how and where to submit these documents. Should you have any additional questions regarding a family law, small claims, or landlord-tenant case, affordable legal services are offered through the Clerk's Self-Help Center. Please visit our website at www.mypinellasclerk.org for additional information. Thank you.
The petition for adoption of adult by step-parent should be used when a step-parent is adopting his or her spouse's adult child. You must obtain written consent of the adult child to be adopted, as well as the written consent of his or her spouse, if married. The joint petition for adoption by step-parent should be used when adopting his or her spouse's child. Both the step-parent and his or her legal guardian or parent must sign this petition. You must attach all necessary consents or acknowledgments that apply to your case. Please refer to the special notes sections within the instructions for this form. If you need further information to determine which consents are required, you will need to seek legal advice. While a clerk of court cannot provide legal advice, the Self-Help Center has attorneys on hand for a reduced rate to assist with any questions for parties representing themselves. Go to mypinellasclerk.org to find out more information on assistance for self-representation. First, let's go over the information that is required on pleadings filed. The header must include the location of your case by entering the judicial circuit and county. Pinellas County is located in the 6th Judicial Circuit. The case style states who is the petitioner and who is the respondent in a lawsuit. The person who originally asks for legal action is called the petitioner and remains the petitioner throughout the case. The person against whom the original legal action is being requested is called the respondent, because he or she is expected to respond to the petition. Your case number is a unique number used to identify your case and is assigned in sequential order in the court it is filed in. This will be provided to you when you file your case. A case number may be referred to as a reference number, UCN number, or case number. Always remember to sign and date any filing where a signature is required. Some forms, such as affidavits, are notarized documents. Wait to sign these documents until you are in the presence of a notary or deputy clerk. Please bring photo ID with you. When you file a document with the court, you must also provide a copy for the other party. Be sure to put in the correct information of service on each form. If someone other than an attorney in good standing with the Florida Bar Association helped you fill out a form in this packet, enter their name and contact information on the forms that request it. Read all forms and complete the required fields. Please make sure to provide accurate information and print clearly. All questions need to be answered. This form must be used when anyone who is not a lawyer in good standing with the Florida Bar helps you complete any Florida family law form. Attorneys who are licensed to practice in other states but not Florida, or who have been disbarred or suspended from the practice of law in Florida, are non-lawyers for the purposes of the Florida family law forms and instructions. The non-lawyer must complete this form and must be signed by both you and the person assisting you before completing any family law form. Florida Rule of Judicial Administration 2.545 Section D requires the petitioner in a family law case to file with the court a notice of related cases, if any. A case is considered related if it involved the same parties, children, or issues and is still pending when the family law case is filed. A case can also be related if it affects the court's jurisdiction, or an order in the new case will affect an order on the same issues in a different case. Always read through the entire motion before filling in information in the fields provided. Check the box that applies to your case. If there are no related cases, check the appropriate box and proceed to sign and date the notice. If there are cases related to your action, list the case information in the provided fields. Check the box that corresponds with the related case type. If none of the options apply, use the other box to enter the case type. Check the box as to where your case was filed. Fill in the state where the case was filed if it was not in Florida. Fill in the name of the court and the last order or judgment filed in the case. For example, if your case is in Pinellas County, the name of the court would be the 6th Circuit Court, Pinellas County, Florida. Next, check the boxes that apply to the relationship between the two cases. Include further detail of the relationship below. If you have more than one related case, list each one separately in the spaces provided. If you would like the related cases to be coordinated between the two courts, check the appropriate box and list the case number in the space provided. Check the box that best fits your situation. If you are unsure which one to check, you may need to consult with an attorney. Remember to sign and date the completed form. Next, you will fill out the Family Law Cover Sheet. This document is used for reporting judicial information pursuant to the Florida statutes. Place a check beside the proceeding you are initiating. If you are simultaneously filing more than one type of proceeding against the same opposing party, such as a modification and an enforcement proceeding, complete a separate cover sheet for each action being filed. If you are reopening a case, choose one of the 3 options that correspond with the motion or petition you are filing. Check the box that most closely matches the action you are filing. If you are reopening the case for further action, this section can be left blank. Check the box that correlates to your knowledge of related cases. This form is completed by the parent and step-parent. Please read carefully and complete the paragraph with the required information. In this set of questions, you are asked to list the names of the minor children you wish to adopt, including their birthplace and birth date. You are asked to provide information about how long you have lived with these children, information regarding yourself, information regarding the marriage to your spouse, the children's parent or legal guardian, consents, and various other information. Additional forms mentioned within the petition can be found within the packet. Both parties are required to sign this petition in front of a notary or deputy clerk. The petition for adoption of adult by step-parent is similar. Only the step-parent who is doing the adopting is required to complete and sign this petition. Read the petition thoroughly. Use this form in any case involving parental responsibility for, custody of, or time sharing or visitation with any minor child. This affidavit is required even if the parental responsibility for, custody of, or time sharing or visitation with the minor child is not in dispute. Begin by entering your full name and the number of children subject to this proceeding. Read through the form and fill in the information requested about the minor children. Include every location the child has lived in the last 5 years. Complete the remaining sections for each child related to your case. If there are any other proceedings regarding the custody, visitation, child support, or care of the minor child or children in this or any other state that you have knowledge of or have been a party to, check the appropriate box for your situation and enter the requested information if applicable. This form is not required when filing the petition for adult adoption by step-parent. This form should be used in cases involving step-parent adoption of a child. This affidavit is required. Input the name of the adoptee. Use name to be given to the minor child. Input your legal name and child subject to the proceedings. Choose the appropriate option. This form is not required when filing the petition for adult adoption by step-parent. This form should be used when a step-parent is adopting his or her spouse's minor child, and the parents of the minor child were never married and paternity has not been established by a valid acknowledgement or court order. This affidavit of non-paternity may be used instead of a consent form. This affidavit may be executed before the birth of the minor child. The person signing the affidavit waives notice to all court proceedings after the date it is signed. After signing this affidavit, it may only be withdrawn if the court finds the affidavit was obtained by fraud or duress. Input the name of the adoptee. Enter your full legal name. Fill in the required information. This form is not required when filing the petition for adult adoption by step-parent. This form is to be completed and signed by the parent who is giving up all rights to, custody of, and time sharing with the minor child to be adopted. This form is not able to be executed prior to the birth of the child. Information regarding the consent of adoption can be found in Chapter 63 of the Florida Statutes, Section 63.062, 63.082 in particular. Input the name of the adoptee. Input your full legal name and choose the appropriate section. Complete the required information to all questions. This form is not required when filing the petition for adult adoption by step-parent. This form must be completed and signed by the person being adopted, the adoptee, if he or she is over 12 years of age, unless the court, in the best interest of the minor, excuses the minor's consent. Input the name of the adoptee. Complete each question with the required information. This form should be used when a step-parent is adopting his or her spouse's child. Section 63.054 Florida Statutes requires that a search of Florida's Putative Father Registry be conducted in every adoption proceeding. The Office of Vital Statistics of the Department of Health has an application available called Florida Putative Father Registry Application for Search, which should be completed and attached to this form. After completing this form, you should file the original with the clerk within your joint petition for adoption by step-parent. Input the name of the adoptee. Input your full legal name. Prior to filing, make sure you have attached the required application. This form is not required when filing the petition for adult adoption by step-parent. This order should be provided together with the motion for search of the Putative Father Registry. Input the name of the adoptee. If the judge grants your motion, the order will then be signed. This form is not required when filing the petition of adult adoption by step-parent. While all documents filed in a case must be served to the other party, certain documents are required by law to be served by personal service. Personal service means that a summons, this form, and a copy of the forms you are filing with the court that must be personally served and delivered by a deputy sheriff or private process server. Personal service is required for all petitions, including petitions for modification. You cannot serve these papers on the other party yourself, or by mail, or hand delivery. You will need to locate a private process server if your petition does not qualify to be served by the sheriff. The Pinellas County Sheriff has a list of approved process servers. See their website, pcsoweb.com, for more information. Review the instructions in your packet carefully, as it contains further information of serving the other party. Enter the information requested. Be sure that the addresses are correct, as an incorrect address may result in non-service of your petition, and may cause you to incur additional costs and delay your case. The clerk will review your summons and sign it for issuance if all requirements are met. If your summons is being served by the Pinellas County Sheriff, the clerk will forward your summons and any documents to the sheriff for service. If you are serving the other party through a private process server, the summons will be returned to you and you must make arrangements with the process server. You should use this form to give the sheriff's department or private process server instructions for serving the other party in your case, with the summons and other papers to be served. Begin by entering the information of who will be serving the summons. Enter the information of the party to be served. Under special instructions, you can include such as the best times to find a person at a specific location that will assist with having your summons served. Anytime you have a set hearing before a judge, you must send notice of the hearing to the other party. If your hearing is in front of a general magistrate or a child support hearing office, you must use the appropriate notice of hearing. Both forms can be found on the following websites: mypinellasclerk.org, flcourts.org, or jud6.org. To set a hearing date and time, you will usually have to make a good faith effort to coordinate a mutually convenient date and time for you, the other parties in the case, and the judge, except in certain emergency situations. Before you complete this form, you should contact the family law staff or judicial assistant for information regarding the proper procedure to follow. Enter the other party's name. Enter the hearing information provided to you, including date, time, and courthouse location. Include all issues to be heard. Read through the information at the bottom of the motion and order, which provides information should you need an accommodation to attend the non-jury trial. This should be done at least 7 days before your scheduled court appearance. You should ask the family law staff if you need to bring one of these forms with you to the hearing. If so, you should type or print the heading, including the circuit, county, case number, division, and the parties' names, and leave the rest blank for the judge to complete at your hearing or trial. This form is not available in the adoption of an adult by step-parent packet. This form is filed by the petitioner or respondent for the use of the clerk of the court for the purpose of reporting judicial workload data under Section 25.075 Florida Statutes. When your case is completed, the petitioner or respondent must complete this form and file it with the clerk. Check the appropriate box if your case is dismissed before or after a hearing or trial takes place. Additionally, check the box indicating if you or the other party agreed to a settlement, either privately or through the use of mediation. A disposition or judgment was received because one of the parties was defaulted. A judgment or final order was received and no party was defaulted. If your case went to trial and you received a judgment or final order as a result. If you have any questions about filing your case with the Pinellas County Clerk's Office, please contact us at 727-464-7000 or make an appointment to speak with an attorney at any of our 3 self-help centers.